Welcome to Arresting Normality. My name is Aaron, joined as always with Travis from Howie Games and Squidward from Stealing Life.
From I Have No Life.
Oh.
You guys are dicks. I hate you both.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Squidward today. He forgot his clarinet.
I'm going to find him a clarinet.
We're going to find him Can you hook his clarinet up to the amplifier so it's really loud?
So how are you? How's life? How are we doing? Are we alive out
He was
there?
so close to it. He was so close to it. I got excited.
I tried to steer away halfway through. I'm slightly beardy today.
You are slightly beardy.
Those guys are always slightly beardy. I'm usually relatively clean shaven, but I'm slightly beardy. So, as
Why
you guys,
are you slightly beardy?
as
You
you
usually
guys,
hate slightly beardy.
I do. I legitimately
Can
do.
I interrupt you a third time?
Yes, you absolutely can, and you almost certainly will. But so as you probably can see if you're actually watching or not listening, but I can describe it to you. I have rearranged the room in which we do this podcast, and it is. I think it's cooler. At least
Is that
for
what
me.
made Cody upset today?
You cutbag.
No, I don't give two shits about how
He's just like,
all
things are
his
different.
amps are set.
I don't like different things.
That is true. I am not
You
a fan
don't
of
like
change.
that.
I don't like different.
I'm not a fan of change.
But so as I was taking everything apart, and there's actually a time-lapse video of me redoing this whole room, which is kind of cool. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna fucking do it because I never do anything like that.
And you didn't even put it on Breaking the Cycle. You put it like on your own like Aaron Plasmeyer YouTube channel.
Yeah, and I privated it because I don't know. I just decided to.
Why are you telling people about the video that they can't see?
It's not private. It's unlisted. So.
Yeah,
So why are you
you just have
telling
to send them a
people
link.
about the video they can't
I
see?
will send Travis the link.
Put a link in the Discord, and then if you join the Discord, you can watch Aaron's time lapse.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So
kinda
Johnny
fun.
D will watch the time lapse.
Nobody fucking cares though, so it doesn't matter. Why do I care? And why would I post like some random ass video of me redoing the room? Nobody cares. That's pretty much everything that I do on that channel anyway. Nobody fucking cares, so it doesn't matter. Same as this podcast. Nobody fucking cares, so like, don't give me shit.
Hey, I
Anyway,
care.
so I started to go through all this stuff, and I'm taking things down. And there was a rack that you can't see it.
Hey, Johnny D care. Okay, continue.
Is that fucking worth it?
It was, yeah.
Okay.
To me, it was.
All right. So there's I have two racks that have amps and cabinets on them, and I had everything cleared off, and the only thing I had left was this one Bogner cabinet. And I went to go and pick it up, right? And as I go to pick it up, there's rack above me and amp below me, and I go. It weighs, I think it's like 104 pounds or something like that. So you have to be in like a very stable. That's because they, shipping costs and whatnot. You know these things. You go to pick it up.
Remember them?
I don't know. The fucking Bogner is exactly 52 pounds, and the Satan is 57 pounds. I don't know. It's stupid. So I go to pick it up, and as I kind of I pull up on this thing, it was a little bit more of a yank, and I shouldn't have yanked because it's bad to yank sometimes.
You yanked when you should have yanked.
I yanked. But I yanked on this thing, and my head hit the top of the rack. Right there. And, oh no. Hi.
Oh, is that why you have the beard? Is like you hit your head and your CTE got so bad that you forgot if you like beards or not?
Right. Well, what happened was I hit my head, and then as like a reaction to it, I went down to like avoid being more hit in the head, which was a bad idea because now
and there they go.
This big heavy fucking cabinet is coming towards my face, so I whack my face on the cabinet.
Jesus.
And
to like stop it.
Well, I didn't mean to. It was just.
I'll use my chin.
Yeah. So
I
thought
thought that this was your thought process. Like here it comes. It's coming at me. Like,
No,
I'll block it with my face.
It happened really, really fast. It was just one of those things where head went up and hit the thing and then immediately went straight back down. And as it was coming toward my face, I had no time at that point. It just like smacked right into it. So I was like, okay, that hurt. And so I very delicately placed my cabinet back down and kind of like assessed the situation. And I like immediately started tasting blood in my mouth. I'm like, okay, yeah,
Jesus Christ,
wasn't great. So I go into the bathroom. By the time I make it to the bathroom, I see like just this huge mass of blood just like coming down my face, and I can taste it on the inside of my mouth as well. And so it's hilarious to see too. There is a perfect imprint of my teeth right under my lip that went in probably, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch, like a pretty solid amount. And
ow.
So it was just gushing blood out of the front of my face. And it's technically in the time lapse too, because you'll see me go to pick this thing up, and then I like sit there for a second because I'm like stunned because I just bit the shit out of my lip. Like there's biting your lip, and then there's fucking biting the shit out of your lip, which is what I did. And then I just very delicately set it back down. I'm like, okay, I better go check on this because it feels like I might be bleeding a lot. So I walk out of the room and covered, I'm like there's blood literally like pooling at the bottom of my chin. So, I take some hydrogen peroxide and peroxide that mother a little bit, and then put some Neosporin on there. And I'm like, I'm not putting a Band-Aid on my lip. That's fucking stupid. So, and I get right back to doing the thing. One interesting thing about the Neosporin, though, is because the blood is still coming out of the wound, but the Neosporin is trying to like keep it back. So it's every once in a while it created like these little bubbles of blood, and it would just pop out of nowhere.
Nice blood bubbles,
and it would just go. It would fall down my face.
That sounds like a superhero move, like blood bubbles.
Blood bubbles. But and then the inside of my lip also, because I bit both sides, was also extremely unhappy, and I had like this big like purple blue thing going on. It was bleeding on the inside. Not as bad though, so that was nice.
It's a blood bubble.
Another blood bubble. I actually have a picture from right after it happened, directly after. So it actually wasn't bleeding all that much at this time. It was enough to be like, hey, that hurt, but not so much to where you're like, oh, that's kind of gnarly. Let's see here. Yeah,
because it just put that in the Discord as well.
I can, yeah. There's
oh, nice.
Yeah. And it was just enough to be like, oh yeah, that's. But that right after that, it just started really going, and it was like everywhere. It was fun. It was a fun experience. But I ignored it because I was like, okay, no, I'm doing a time lapse right now. I can't just like walk away from it. I have no idea how long this thing's going to go for. So I'm like, okay, fucking just whatever. I'm just going to put some Neosporin on there. We'll rock some blood bubbles for a while, and we'll call it good. So that was fun. And then I went on to finish the rest of the project. I was pretty happy with it. I think the room turned out pretty cool, and yeah, it was a fun experience. Other than damn near biting my whole lip off. So,
oh yeah, you got some blood there. Some blood there. Did it go? Yeah. It did go through your lip, did it?
Not completely. No.
I've seen people do that where teeth come out the side.
Mm-hmm.
That's gnarly.
It was pretty fucking far, though. It was pretty fucking far.
Probably still hurts. I think the worst part about that afterwards, though, is like when it's trying to heal, I'd sit there and be like,
yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is the reason why I have beard, which is the point of this conversation, was I didn't want to not shave just right there because it still hurts if I go in there and poke it, and I'm afraid that if I shave, it's gonna like rip the scab off
right
and such.
Here?
Yeah, it's right on the line.
Oh, I thought it was like in here, and I was like,
oh, it's in there too.
Oh,
it's in both. I both bit the outside and the inside at the same time. It was fun.
Damn, you're a bitey boy.
Apparently so. But yeah, so I didn't want to like just rock a soul patch. Yeah, so
you'd be like,
I was like, okay,
Michael Cole. It'd be awesome.
I just wanted to, I'll just
you
rock the beard
you
for a little
should do
bit.
the soul patch now.
And then you
I
could sing
don't.
that song, I got soul, but I'm not a soldier.
I like that song. It's a good song.
But yeah, so I'm going to probably rock the beard for the rest of the week, and then I'm going to call it good.
And then you're going to do a soul patch?
I'm going to do a handlebar mustache.
We should all do soul patches.
Good.
I'd do a soul patch.
We'll just all rock a soul patch.
Yeah, we should.
Just 1 week for the podcast.
Someone had suggested growing beards during the duration of the new mask mandate, however long that may be. So we might have like 6-month beards by the end of all of this, or more.
Mine don't look so bad though.
You don't know.
Well, it doesn't grow right.
Why doesn't it grow right?
It grows in all white.
We know
trashy.
how I look like as with a beard. I tried it to see if it would grow out and look better. No, it doesn't.
We saw it. It wasn't great.
No.
Yeah, mine grows in all stupid and shitty too. It's just not great.
Mine just looks like pube face.
I've never tried the beard thing.
Yeah.
So I'm relatively curious to see how much, because this is like a week.
I can get like a decent goatee going. But that's about it.
Would Jessica hate it?
She used to really want me to grow a beard, and I've never been into it. I'm still not really into it, but now I'm just curious because I'm already halfway there. So I don't think she's neither for nor against.
I wasn't sure if Jessica would be like, no.
No, she couldn't.
Okay.
Well, someone had something to say about something interesting.
What a transition.
That was a good one. We transitioned
He's
really
gonna
well.
win the award at the Transition Awards.
Yeah. So this week was a sad week because Aaron bit his lip.
That's the only sad thing that happened this week.
The only sad thing. Actually, a lot of sad things happened this week.
Yeah. It's been
Dusty
kind of
Hill,
a shitty week.
Yeah, Dusty Hill passed away.
Which, for those who don't know, is the bassist for ZZ Top.
Yep.
Man with a glorious beard.
Yes.
I can't remember her name, and I'm really mad at myself that I can't remember her name right now. But the lady who voiced Muriel from Courage the Cowardly Dog passed away.
Oh, I saw that too.
That made me about cry. I was sad about that.
Can I add in dead people too?
I have one more. You add yours, and then I'll have my last one.
You're gonna get because we're gonna talk about the one for a while. But Paul Orndorff passed away too.
That's not a real name. You just made that
Mr.
up.
Wonderful wrestler back in the day, big time wrestler.
I vaguely
passed away.
remember that now, Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah, he was a huge star. Yeah, and he passed away. And Super Porky too, but nobody knows Super Porky.
I remember you talking about Super Porky, but
chubby
Muriel,
little Mexican wrestler.
Muriel, I think, passed away just from
he was fun.
Old age. I'm not sure how Dusty Hill passed away.
Probably old. He's old.
I don't think he was like super old.
Is somebody eating?
Yeah, Aaron is doing it. Even though he hates it when people do it, he does it a lot.
I was gonna say I'm ready to kill you.
I've been over here just rubbing my hands like.
I'm sorry. What I was gonna say was I think Dusty Hill though was only like early 70s.
I think 72-ish.
Yeah.
So,
that's pretty old though.
It's pretty old, but in today's day and age, it's really not that old.
But he's a rock and roll guy.
So
he probably did all the drugs.
Well, I don't know about all the drugs, but he drank a lot.
And did all the drugs.
Yeah. Well, that's like Steven Tyler. I'm waiting for that to happen.
No, he did all the drugs.
Yeah,
he did. And I know for a fact he has hepatitis and he's got a lot of problems.
Rough.
He has hepatitis?
I'm pretty sure,
Shit? You just said you know for a fact, and then 5 seconds later you said, I'm pretty sure.
Immediately recants.
Well, no, I didn't mean it as a recant. Yes, I think. God damn it! Now you're making me doubt myself. I hate it.
Anyways, continue with where you were going with that.
Oh yeah, but then probably the most unexpected one was Joey Jordison passed away at 46. 46.
Damn.
Yeah, I think it was 46.
He was really young, and I actually don't know why with him either. Did anybody hear?
all his family said was that he passed away in his sleep. That's
Which I
all
know
they said.
he had a lot of neurological issues.
So I read somewhere that he had MS. I don't know if that's true. Because I remember looking at that article at some point in time before all of this, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then now this is out and no one's made any mention of it. You'd think they'd be more forthcoming when it comes to that kind of thing, because if it was
like,
complications due to MS, you know, like no one would try to hide that or just say like, oh, he passed away in his sleep. It's like, okay, well, is he with that, or I mean, drugs, which
they just don't want to talk about it,
right? Because he's had a lot of drug issues, like a lot of drug issues in the past.
I would really hope not, especially after Paul Gray.
Yeah,
but Joey, that's the thing, is he talked about it in 2016, if memory serves, at the Golden God Awards. He talked about that because for a long time nobody really said why he left Slipknot.
he was fired.
I don't think that's accurate because according to this interview that I read at the Golden God Awards, his feet literally just didn't work like they used to due to the MS like you were talking about. And so it was a mutual, we're going to separate here kind of thing, as far as I understood. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the world is wrong for...
Maybe. But I have some stories about Joey that I would like to share with you today.
Take a sip of coffee. Oh, too dark. Need a little more
cream. So way back when, you remember that old house that I lived out way near the mountains, Aaron, in Pahrump?
Yes, I do. I remember it quite well.
You only came over there like 2-3 times, but
yeah, it was literally only twice, but I remember it pretty well. It was cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
isn't that where you buried the cards, right?
Yeah, that's where I buried my Charizard, so my mom didn't burn it.
But do you realize right now is probably one of the best times for you to go over there, raid that yard, and find those bastards?
Oh, that's the thing. I didn't actually bury it. So I almost don't want to say this because what if they're still there? But I put them in like one of those stupid little safes, you know, with the dial on the front, the wood ones that everybody had as a kid.
Oh,
and around the side of the house, because it was a trailer, and you know how they're like up on cinder blocks.
Yep.
The top of one of those cinder blocks would come off.
Oh,
and it's down in there.
Well, so it's actually been kind of protected from the elements.
Yeah, it's a possibility that it's still there.
Why are we not going down there? We need to make a video of this.
No, honestly, I really kind of wanted to. That was something I wanted to see if we could get in touch with the owners and ask them like, hey, do you mind if I go in your crawl space? Because I remember it fell through the cinder block and it's like under the house.
Seriously, okay, so we should actually do that because most of the time, as long as they're like older people there and not, you know, like people our age, then they should be like totally fine. Like, hey, I used to live here a long, long time ago, and I stashed something here. And it's a bomb.
You're gonna die.
And it was meant to go off.
Get it.
It was gonna go off 20 years after I said it, and now it's 20 years. So anyway, but people are usually pretty cool about that. Especially if it's kind of a fun little like, oh, I was a kid when I did this, and it was something I did, and I'm hoping that maybe it's still there, you know?
Yeah, I would love to go see. But
is that your favorite voice, Cody? Are you sure? Do you want me to do that one for the rest of the podcast?
I would rather you didn't do that.
Okay. It's like that or old timey. Bad.
Squidward.
I don't know why I'm still getting made fun of when I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting here trying to let you guys tell your stories that I'm still being picked on.
We can feel it in the vibe. Feel it in the vibe.
I'm feeling what vibe? I was sitting.
You're vibing the
silent
retort.
Vibe.
The retort of silence. The silent retort.
Okay, can we talk about Joey something?
Oh, yeah, anyway.
But we should do that.
That's what he was doing, right?
Yeah, that's what we were doing. So out at that old house, me and Sean Fuco one night were sleeping on the trampoline, and I heard the phone ring at like 2:00 in the morning, right? And I jumped off the trampoline to run inside and answer it.
Yeah, it was bad for the night.
And I come in the house, and Scott's walking back to the bedroom like all grumpy and shit. And I was like, who's that? And he goes, some asshole from Slipknot. And I was like, what? And so I just went to bed and didn't think anything about it. But turns out that night, because me and Jessica wanted to go to a Slipknot concert that night in Vegas. And we weren't allowed to go because Mom was like, no, it's bad music and stuff. You can't go to the Slipknot. And
worshiping the devil.
They worship the devil. But our friend Bobby, who actually the guy that did our logo, was there and had a press pass, I guess. I guess he's done some work with Slipknot. He's been posting a lot on Facebook about like a thing he's doing. But anyway,
like recently?
Yeah, like he's supposed to be working on like some sort of production tribute for everything that's gone on or something.
And he's actually doing the work?
It looks like it. Yeah, he has like pictures and stuff.
Nah, that's cool. I'm a little salty, but
stuff that I've never seen before. So I mean, and it looks like it's actual like photos, you know. But yeah, and I get I had a stroke.
Phone call, Slipknot phone call.
You went to sleep, you woke back up.
But Bobby called us the next day, and you gave it to me. We'd been over this, and told us that Joey, he was backstage with him, and actually had Joey Jordison call my house to talk to us because we didn't get to go to see Slipknot. And Scott, unfortunately, was the one that answered the phone, and Joey was on the phone. And apparently Scott told, he goes, hi, this is Joey Jordison from Slipknot. Can I talk to Jessica and Travis? And Scott apparently told him, I don't care who you are. Don't call this house at 2:00 in the morning. And the phone. Yeah, I'm bummed about that one. But then quite a number of years later, just one. Quite a number of year.
Quite a number of year.
I was going through a bad breakup with Shishu not being Shishu trying not to I bought Slipknot tickets with this individual, and she wouldn't give them back to me, right? And so I figured out that at the time she was cheating on me, she was cheating on somebody else with me. Like it's a really complicated thing. Because I thought I was dating her, but she was dating somebody else apparently. And I said, hey, listen. I was like, hey, listen, give me my Slipknot ticket or I'm going to tell this other person. And she goes, well, you don't have his phone number. And I go, oh, really? It's blah, 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 blah. And she goes, and hangs up the phone. And then like 20 minutes later, she comes over with my Slipknot tickets. But she would only give me the one, which I don't get why she wouldn't just give me both of them, because I totally would have taken Aaron. But she would only give me the one. And so I was like, all right. And so this was kind of a therapeutic thing for me, because like I went to the Slipknot show. I remember it was Halloween. It was Halloween in Vegas, and it was really crazy. So the day of, I got ready, I jumped in my car by myself and drove to Vegas, right? And I was like, I wonder if she'll be there. And I got there, and I'm waiting in line, and I remember it was a 21 or older show, and I was only 20, because I gave her the money and she bought the tickets because she was 21. And I was like, oh, fuck. I wonder if I'll get in. And they let me right in, didn't card me.
Nice.
And then they handed me beers. And I was like,
oh my God.
I was like, who am I to say no? So I'm at a Slipknot show by myself with a beer, and there was no opening band, or either that I just showed up really late. I can't remember an opening band, but I do remember that the person who announced Slipknot coming out was the Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt.
Oh my God.
Which was really he even did that
really cool.
thing. And it was super sick. And so Slipknot came out, and oh my God, I have never seen such a performance. Like, I have other bands in mind that I'm like, oh, these people like perform insanely well live. I love their shows. But this one was a show. Like, this was theatrical. This was different. Like, the pyrotechnics were insane. Everything that they were doing was like choreographed in some chaotic manner. Like, there was one point where like Joey's drum set was up in the air spinning around, and Sean Crahan was holding on to like one of his toms, hanging off of it, banging one of them, and then like the other two custom percussionists, clown.
Okay. Sorry,
then the other two custom percussionists were both had, and they were like, it looked like the old school boxing glove on a spring kind of thing. And their kits were like tilting and leaning and spinning around like that while they were playing. It was insane. And I remember the whole time I was just singing along, which means, you know, because they were playing a lot of their old stuff, I was screaming my ass off. And the kid next to me looks at me and goes, "We're pretty good." I was like, But then one of the coolest parts of the night was they did a drum solo for Joey, like when they had a intermission kind of thing where they were switching up the set a little bit, and the whole stand where his shit was on like picked up into the air, and then it went like this so you could see it, right? And he was like rotating in the middle of this. It was like he was in a disc going like this, and I remember he was like in a strapped in chair just fucking going nuts. And then from that position, it goes like this and then goes out over the crowd.
He played upside down over the crowd.
Yeah. Like, it was like on an arm that went out over the crowd, and he's just spinning around in a circle upside down, just doing his shit. Fantastically insane drummer, and probably one of the most memorable performances I've ever seen. And I remember just like walking out of there almost in shell shock when it was all done. I was like, I need more of that.
This needs to be my entire existence.
And then more people handed me beers, and I look around and I realize something about Vegas. Girls in Vegas on Halloween rock around completely naked. There was so many boobies, so I just kind of hung out in Vegas for a while because there was boobies everywhere.
So
why not?
Yeah, people just kept handing me a beer, like, and I never got like drunk, but it was like, here's a beer, watch the boobies. I'm like, this is great. And
hey, Travis,
I don't know.
You got a story about Joey Jordison? Yeah, there was boobs everywhere.
Guys, there was boobs. Did you know there was boobs?
Did you hear about the boobs?
I don't know, but for me, it was just kind of a weird, interesting way to like get over that person. I got to go do something that cool, and the fact that she just didn't show up was more like affirming to me, like, you're gonna enjoy this, and you don't need her here to be there to enjoy it, you know. And I did. I had a hell of a time, though. I do wish Aaron would have got to go with me,
dude. I would have loved to. That was like the perfect era of Slipknot too, because I think
that was the last show that Paul Gray played in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yep. That was the last time Slipknot was together as the Nine in Vegas.
That's a big old pile of sad right there.
Yep.
Big old pile.
And I don't, like Aaron, I know, for me, Corey Taylor, Slipknot, as a musician, I'm not a very good musician, but as a musician, they were entirely really influential, and I loved their music. I love their style. It was so unique and different, especially growing up hearing something like that. And I remember this, I was skateboarding on my back porch in Pahrump, and I think it took me a good while to be able to digest it. I was like, what the fuck is this noise? Like, I didn't understand it initially. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's exciting and it makes me feel, but I didn't know how to digest it. And I remember like finally kind of getting the patterns and stuff like that down and realizing, this is the chorus. Oh, this is what's going on. And I've ate it up ever since. And so, yeah. Sad. Rest in peace, Joey.
Mm-hmm.
You still haven't got to see Slipknot, have you?
Nope. I
We
got to see
should go
Periphery though.
sometime.
We
Periphery
should.
would
I
be-
just don't. I just don't. I don't know. It feels weird now because they're not really as Slipknotty as they used to be.
Well, and that's
I
the
mean-
thing. I've read a lot of interviews about their new drummer. I can't remember his name,
Jay Weinberg.
Yeah. And he has specifically said he's not trying to be Joey. So you're right.
Of
It
course,
is not
yeah.
the same.
Yeah. I do know that he is definitely good enough to do all of their old stuff. He plays it just as aggressively as Joey did. Maybe not with as much pizzazz, perhaps.
Joey was an aggressive man.
Mm-hmm.
He went to town.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's why he had graphite sticks, is because he would play so hard, and with like the veracity in which he would give these performances was incredible.
Yeah, and he inspired people like Sean Wheeler to just hit things really hard, but not actually play them correctly.
He got half of it right.
He did. Just
Yeah.
hit shit hard. Yeah.
Hit shit real hard. Make all the guitarists be really, really loud, and then make it impossible for the singer to ever get loud enough.
Right, just sing louder. And I'm like, my throat hurts. Literally, like at the end of the night, I would have such bad cramps in the back of my neck and my head. And then you're like, why can't you sing on key? I'm like, I can't fucking hear myself.
Yeah, I'm sure you could have been a very, very different singer if we had proper equipment, but we were young and extremely stupid.
Oh,
So-
yeah, we were so stupid. It was the best time of my life, though. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. I wouldn't change a thing. Even
Right.
Sean and his craziness.
Yeah.
I might change Sean and his craziness. I don't know. But
It's a little side note. It was funny that you mentioned that person, because I was literally just talking about that person yesterday to a coworker, as a matter of fact, because we were doing some hiring. And
did he apply?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not he. The other person.
Joey?
No. She.
What the fuck?
She.
Who do you think?
Oh, Christine?
Yeah.
She applied?
I thought we were trying to avoid
I
names.
thought it was the she.
Fuck her.
No,
Christine.
No, she didn't. She didn't apply. What happened is another person applied, and that person was. We have a tendency to do things and look people up sometimes, and there was a bust done in 2014 of seven people.
Was one of their aliases Fat Eddie?
No.
Oh,
But,
okay, not that bust.
But Christine was in a mugshot, and it was less than becoming.
I think I remember seeing that mugshot.
It's hilarious.
You can't
It's
help
really,
who
really
you love.
funny.
You just gotta learn. Sometimes it's not the best thing.
Yeah, that's true. You learn that one the hard way.
Aye. That you do. That you do, laddie.
All pirate all the time.
All pirate all
All
the
right.
time.
Goat Muffin,
What's up?
hit me.
What?
Your best
Leg
shot.
kick.
Leg kick? Yeah.
Leg kick.
Let's do it.
Podcast leg kick.
Why is that your favorite thing ever?
Because it hurts people a lot.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the point,
And
right?
I'm good at it.
You do you do fighting stuffs, and the best fighting stuffs is the stuff that would do the most fighting, and leg kicks do the most fighting.
I gotta
Why do
say
you
though, I'm
enjoy
scared of leg
pain?
kicks now.
I know.
I'm scared of them now.
Because you don't want to, like, die.
I've seen so many nasty breaks. They're just freaking me out. You know what? Me and Joel always, after like a big UFC fight, we always talk about the fight, obviously. But the main thing on our minds is always, boy, I'm glad we don't do this anymore. Like, I don't really miss it at all. I'm glad I don't get punched in the face for fun.
Yeah, I was never about.
That's interesting that you don't like actually miss it.
I miss competing.
Yeah, and probably training's probably relatively entertaining too.
Yeah, I still hit pads and stuff, so I still do that. But man, actually getting punched in the face, I don't know what I was doing.
Yeah, I'm a big proprietor of not getting punched in the face. I like not being hit in the face. My lip got punched in the lip
With your
the
teeth.
face of the
my
lip.
teeth, and it didn't enjoy it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's not.
It's one of those
Great.
non-enjoyable experiences.
That's why, like, I hate when analysts and shit will be talking about a fighter and they're like, well, he doesn't like to get hit. Who likes getting hit? Like, I understand the way I fought, I needed to get hit to kind of wake up and be in the fight, but that didn't mean I enjoyed being hit.
Right.
It just, for whatever reason, I didn't get into it until I was hit a couple times.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a matter of adrenaline. Someone would literally punch the adrenaline into your body.
Yeah, I needed to get fired up a little bit.
Yeah. Which, is not great. You probably would have been, less CTE if you could have.
CTE.
if you could have been able to initiate that
Oh, yeah.
that adrenaline pump without it.
That's definitely, if you watch as many fights as I do, you see like the guys that are slow starters, if they could just start better. Like some of them are like Carlos Condit is one of my favorite fighters, but
Yeah.
he needs to get like beat up, like
Kicked
a
in
good
the
amount
nuts.
of beat up before it's usually like this midway through the second round.
Wow.
He starts coming on and then he's like ridiculous
Mhm.
and nobody can touch him. But he needs to get his fucking face pounded.
You guys cut out for a minute there.
Really scary.
Yeah, and you went all super creepy
Yeah.
on your video.
Your video
what
like
happened?
stopped and then
That
sped
was
up to
fucking
like catch back
terrifying.
up, and it was
Oh, okay.
it was right in the middle of a coffee sip, and then you immediately like put the coffee down super fast and then look side to side like really fast.
That was scary.
It's one of those things where you're just like, that was uncomfortable. It was very uncomfortable.
Dude. Yeah.
So
You know what my favorite thing... Oh, I'm sorry.
no, you're good.
One more fighter thing. You know what my favorite thing has been so far?
What's that?
Conor McGregor's logic about his titanium rod they put in his shin.
Oh, what now?
It's going to make it really, really strong because now it's made out of titanium.
I mean, okay.
That's not how that works.
I don't think he's ever going to fight again.
Probably shouldn't, really.
Most fighters don't come back from that.
That's a huge injury.
Yeah,
That's a
I don't
real
think
big
he's going to
injury.
fight again.
I
And he
mean,
doesn't need
and
to.
well, yeah, that's the thing. He's done what he's needed to do, and he pushed it too far. You know.
Well, he sucks. So fuck that guy. I hate him so
And
much.
that's the thing is like, I liked his cocky attitude, but he's gone too far with it. It's not.
Like, why? This
It's
is what I
not
don't
funny
understand.
anymore. And
It was
he's just being
never
a dick.
funny.
It was.
He was
funny
always
at
just
one
being
point.
a dick.
I thought he was just doing it to be a angry boy, like like when I
He's
tell
doing
you
it
that you're
because he's a
stupid
piece of
and
shit.
have CTE. Yeah, but
Well,
that
Well, you're a
became
piece of shit too.
see, but that became more apparent when he's like yelling like, "Your wife sent me DMs." Like,
Yeah. I love that he's still talking shit with a fucking busted ass ankle sitting on the ground. Like and before he busted his ankle, he got his ass whipped. And he still thinks he's big tough man. Just learn when you've been beaten, you know? It's one thing if that's his whole like persona. Yeah. But like you're still talking shit. You just got whipped and then your ankle fell apart. Like,
Mm-hmm. And in an incredibly brutal way too. just brutal as fuck.
Oh, did you go back and watch that?
Well, I mean, I saw it. I mean,
it was.
I think everyone saw it.
Pretty awful.
It was fucking gnarly, dude.
It was not a nice, pretty thing to watch.
The worst part about breaks like that is like it happens when they break their shin on kicks too, like Anderson's and Chris Weidman. When they throw that kick and they break it, and then they bring their leg back and try to step on it, and it just folds like a noodle. Mm-hmm. It's just so gross.
It's fucking awful.
It's so gross, dude. Yeah. So, why the fuck are we talking about Conor McGregor?
So, I got something in the mail that recently I was very happy about.
Is it a music thing?
It is a music thing.
Is it an amp thing?
Maybe. No, it's not. Like a month and a half ago, I ordered something, and it was just long enough ago to where I totally forgot that I even ordered it. So I got the, one of those special packages that you ordered, but you didn't know you ordered anymore. Well, those are my favorite. Yeah. And it was a coloring book. And I am a fan of coloring books, even though I can't color worth a damn. And yes, I realize that's very sad, but I can't. But there is a company out there called Sheet Happens, and they make sheet music. But now they do coloring books. And it is, I got one for, it's never going to work. Fucking Protest the Hero, because I love this band. And it's amazing. It is so good. And they all signed it. Got the signatures up on front. And then they give you some fucking colored pencils on there too. And all of the illustrations are fucking amazing. Like they have all the album art on there from all the
Who
the
did
different
the
albums.
illustrations? Was it the band? Or
no, it was their album artists that they had from all the different things. But there's like, it's so fucking cool.
I was gonna say my favorite thing would be is if you got a coloring book that like the band like actually did these illustrations, so they're like all shitty.
That would be cool.
That would be pretty fucking funny.
That would be cool.
But there's some cool shit in here, like so cool. And
I was stretching.
That's his battle cry.
But because all of their art in general is like really weird and interesting. They have like the coloring book is like super weird and interesting as well. Ooh. And so like there's weird. Very weird. Ooh. Like a lot of animals and such, and it makes me want to go back. Some of they have these shirt designs on here. They're Canadians, so they gotta have a hockey fight on there.
Do they eat bacon? I don't know.
Is there a bacon thing? For Canadian,
he was thinking of Canadian bacon, which is just ham.
Oh, that's a stretch. That is definitely a stretch.
That's what he was
I tried to think of syrup,
there.
But it came out bacon.
I know. I was waiting for the usual syrup for the hockey, right?
There's a poster in here, and it's one of my favorite posters I've gotten for anything.
That's so stupid.
I love it so much.
That is so dumb.
But it's good.
I can't see it.
Just react as if it's very strange and awesome.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, perfect. Here, I'll tell you what. I'll send you a picture.
You should be in the movies.
You're one of them actor people. Whoa.
You should be in movies with like Tom Gibson.
Tom Gibson. I don't know who that is.
That's one of those guys, right?
George Orrington.
Mel Hanks.
Mel Hanks.
Who is in the Forrest Die Hard?
Forrest Harder.
Die Hard Gump.
Hard Gump 2. Gump Harder.
2 Forrestier.
Gump Forrest Gump.
Oh man. It's the best kind of suck though. I was gonna make a Mario joke, but nobody would get it.
That's
literally no one. Anyway, I was very, very happy, and I also just love the fact that the company is called Sheet Happens, and it's so good. So,
You know
so
what?
good.
Actually, I don't know why this triggered this in my brain. Have you guys seen like those?
Oh my god!
Have you guys seen those like plate poster things, like the metal ones?
Oh yeah, of course.
I want those. Those look cool.
Yeah, I don't know what the quality of those things would be though. Like, I feel like they'd be nice, but then I also feel like they could be real shit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Samantha, my little sister, has them, and they are very, very quality.
Are they now?
Yep, I enjoy them.
It's literally a poster that's on a like a sheet of tin.
But that whole
Oh.
sheet, it's like painted onto the sheet and like laminated and stuff like that. Like that
Yeah,
tin.
no, I'm sure it looks good.
It does.
I sent you the thing just in case you were curious.
Oh my god, I'm so curious.
Yeah, so curious.
What the fuck? You know,
He's dapper as fuck though.
yeah, I take it. It is what it is.
And you know what? It's not just like a normal like piece of paper. It's actually like canvas. So it's kind of cool in that fact too. But anyway, I was happy. I was very, very happy.
Very happy.
Very happy. I even wanted to say this show sucks now.
It's so bad. It's just so bad.
Oh man, that's fucking awful.
All right. Well,
We just make grumbly noises at each other.
so wrestling, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's the thing.
I'll
you want
talk.
to talk
Yeah,
about.
because we're just making noises at this point.
Why not though? We like noises.
I'm convinced that I'm like some kind of curse because every time I buy tickets to a thing, bad things happen.
Yeah.
So like, I tried to see AC/DC back in the day, and what's his face got laryngitis.
Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, and they canceled. And then I tried to see Ozzy.
Oh, are you guys
and he
gone
broke his
again?
hand and canceled the show.
Did the internet die?
Because then he almost died after that.
Yeah.
And
Oh my God.
Then I was gonna go see Tom Petty, and he did die. We had tickets to go see He Is Legend, and then a pandemic started.
Yep.
And now I have tickets to go see SummerSlam, and the restrictions are coming back, and WWE is firing everybody. So I think I'm gonna get to the show, and it's just gonna be me and John Cena. Is what it's looking like.
Yep.
So, am I a curse?
Maybe.
I don't believe in those things, but I kind of believe in this one.
Sometimes like the coincidences are too great to ignore.
Like so many times, shit happens like this. Like, I'm gonna just stop trying to go to things, so I stop ruining people's lives.
Maybe it's because you plan it. Maybe do things just spontaneously, and
How
there's
can
no
I-
time for the curse to.
How can I plan to be spontaneous?
No. I mean, you don't plan. That's the point.
But in not planning and planning on doing it spontaneously, I'm planning to be spontaneous.
You can just change your mindset to be spontaneous, though. You just.
But that's not me. Have you met me?
And no, I definitely know that.
I don't do that.
But
I've never met you.
You could change. You could change.
You should meet me someday. I'm pretty awesome.
He is pretty awesome.
I think that would be cool to meet Cody one day.
I'm sad because I'm still excited to go to
Right.
Shimmer having a stroke over here.
Yeah.
Fuck. But like they fired Bray Wyatt.
Mm-hmm. The guy that got
The
everyone
Fiend.
excited about wrestling again.
Yes.
Even got me excited about wrestling again.
Yeah. The one thing that people were like,
But
well,
they didn't
wrestling's kinda
actually
stupid, but
fire
this is cool.
him.
But that's
They-
cool.
Well, I mean, they released him. I don't really know what happened. A lot of people are saying it was mutual.
I don't know why.
A lot of people are saying that he's just gonna be done with. He might be done with wrestling completely.
I don't know why,
Yeah.
but like when you said they released him, I just had that. You know, remember when Gandalf tries to release the King of Gondor, or not Gondor, or
Oh.
Rohan? He's like,
Yeah.
I release you.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Is
at
that
all.
what they did?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, it was definitely that. It was exactly that, actually.
And they just took
For
him in
sure.
front of Gandalf, and they're like, I release you.
And like now Adam Cole's contract is going to be up after SummerSlam, and he's thinking
Adam
about
Cole?
leaving. He's like the top star on NXT.
Oh, NXT.
He's fucking awesome. But now he might be leaving,
Damn.
and I don't really care about this one, but Ric Flair requested his release, so he's not going to be involved
What?
anymore.
So
He's old,
been like,
though.
well, yeah,
Yeah,
like,
but
totally.
he's still like an good promo every now and then.
Mhm. Woo.
Basically,
Woo!
basically he comes out and woos a few times.
I mean,
and-
if your entire like existence had been like boiled down to one like noise, and that's all you did anymore, you literally walked on stage, everyone's like, and then you're like, woo, and they're like, yeah, he did it, yeah,
He did
and then he
it.
walks off stage.
he did it, everybody! Woo!
Fuck yeah, yes,
Yeah.
fucking, I get it. And now it's like instead of like, woo, it's like, woo.
Woo.
Woo! Woo!
It's just I don't know. It's getting real weird in wrestling land.
Maybe this is the big change that they need to actually like make waves in the wrestling world,
Firing
And
everybody that everybody
wrestling
likes.
weird.
wrestling world, and then everyone can be better, and you can change the existence of wrestling in general.
By
In the
firing
world.
everybody.
Yes, you fire everybody.
Why are you talking like that?
You fire Ojib. No more wrestlers for them.
You have wrestling, and there is no more wrestlers.
Get rid of. They don't woo anymore.
There's
Oh, I hate you guys. I fucking hate you guys.
This is
so
the best
much.
show ever.
That's so bad.
But yeah, that's what you do.
Whatever. Nobody cares. I'm sad about wrestling, but
Yeah.
nobody
Oh, Aaron
cares.
pulled a me. He said, "See what you do is."
See what you do
See?
is.
It's just they're gonna make me watch AEW, and I don't want to do that.
No, but nobody's gonna watch that.
What does AEW stand
Well,
for?
some people are watching it. All Elite Wrestling.
All elite.
Where's that?
All.
They're getting like 1 million viewers now.
Really?
Yeah, because the two shows went on separate nights, so they're not
Oh.
competing.
Smart.
Yeah, but now they're being stupid because they're starting a second show, and they're gonna go head to head with SmackDown. I guess. Like, why? Just get a different night, and everybody can watch both things.
Right? Like,
I
why
don't
are
know
you
they
trying to
always think they
divide
have
the
to
audience?
Have to compete.
Like, if you actually like make it to where someone, could you imagine having enough shows to be like, okay, I can watch wrestling on every day of the week? There are people
Yeah.
who would absolutely fucking do it.
Oh yeah.
You'd probably fucking do it.
Nah, probably not. I don't watch AEW. I haven't watched AEW in like a year.
But if it was on different nights, you might actually do it.
Nah, probably.
No?
It's been on different nights from NXT for a while now, and I don't watch it.
Yeah.
So, I don't like the style of AEW. But they're getting a lot of guys in now that I care about. So,
Mm.
and if Bray Wyatt goes over there, I'm gonna have to watch.
Yeah. But here's the question. Does the WWE own the rights to the Fiend? Like that character?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm sure they do. Yeah.
that's
But he's awesome though. I've liked Bray Wyatt before he was the Fiend
No.
for years. No, I didn't.
no,
I just thought I
the
did.
Fiend.
Fiend
only
was
the
cool,
Fiend.
but Bray
No.
himself
No.
was really cool.
Don't.
Which he'd have to change his name because they own Bray Wyatt also. But he could be like Brett Fyatt or something. That's usually what those guys do.
Mhm.
Like Aleister Black got fired and now he's Malachi Black. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what they do.
So he'd be Bray Hyatt.
Frey Diet.
Frey diet. I'm on this new thing. It's called the Frey diet.
Diet.
I just look scary all the time.
What if they just called him Wyatt Earp?
No.
Then he'd probably start shooting people.
I'm just confused because they
He
fire
just
Bray
comes
Wyatt,
out
but
and they're
Goldberg's
like,
back.
"Here's the Fiend," and this time he's a cowboy.
See, that's funny. I've heard nothing from Goldberg in a really long time. And then just before all of this, I saw him on a GunTubers channel, just like shooting a 50 cal for some reason. I'm like, that's weird. Where the hell did Goldberg come from? And then it's like, why? And now you're telling me that he's back.
Yeah, he's back.
So it must have been like their his manager or whatever was like, okay, we're gonna start getting you out into the world again. You go shoot some guns, and then you go out there and let's wrestle again. You know, I was like, oh,
Wrestle
he's like, yeah, I shoot guns and wrestle. Yeah,
I don't feel like they go to whatever. I guess it gets him out there.
I don't know. Goldberg's dumb. I hate everything.
Spear.
It is going to be cool to kind of see him in person. I hate Goldberg, but I want to see him. I don't know why. Yeah. I'm dumb, I think.
You can get out there and be like, Bill. No.
That's not. No. I'm probably going to do the Goldberg chant, even though I hate Goldberg.
Mm-hmm. Because you want to be
I want to be a part of the Goldberg chant.
Of course.
I saw it for years as a kid.
Does the Goldberg chant go?
No, I'm going to be excited for that one too, though, even though I'm not the biggest Cena fan either.
I think I'll have to go back. I might have to watch it, but that's one thing is you have the app, right? So you can go back and watch all the special events from whatever.
Yeah.
I think we might be able to track down which one I went to.
What did you go to?
It was a Royal Rumble in Vegas.
You went to?
You actually went to a thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
And I know that there was a.
I don't think there's ever been a Royal Rumble in Vegas.
You've never roiled and rumbled?
I don't think there has been. I could be wrong.
You've never rumbled royally?
We're gonna have to fucking figure it out because I don't shit. See if I was a social media boy,
Aaron, that's a medical emergency.
I've somehow made it to 31. We could
find out real quick if there was a Rumble in Vegas.
I just need to figure out what year I went.
Let me Google.
If there was a Rumble in Vegas, there was probably only a
Rumble Las Vegas. Royal Rumble Vegas. Let's see. Ooh. No results found.
No, I don't think there's ever been one in Vegas.
And what the hell was it? It was gold. Everything was gold everywhere. What's another one that's all gold?
Well, Rumble is usually red. So it's not that one.
Okay.
Oh, gold. Wait.
Yeah,
there's a Royal Rumble 2021 in Vegas?
That might be a stupid ad. One of the ones where it creates what you're looking for.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to have that because I don't think they've announced it yet. That's not till January.
Well, I want to find out what I went to.
Gold?
Yeah.
Maybe
it was the Golden Slammy Boys.
I don't think there's been one of those in Vegas either.
They
don't do a lot of the big events in Vegas because we never had the
audience
arena for it.
Gotcha.
Because the big events they usually do in the bigger venues.
What the fuck do they want?
Which still blows my mind that wrestling attracts that much of a crowd that they're like, there's nowhere in Las Vegas that we can hold this event because there's nothing big enough.
Well, they would hold like Raw and shit and like one of the smaller pay-per-views at the T-Mobile Arena or at Thomas and Mack. But for like, SummerSlam and WrestleMania, they do stadiums.
Did it catch Mac?
Yeah, that was very, very Exorcist of you.
I did that on purpose because you guys cut out.
Yes, that was very Exorcist of you. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. I think I have a new plan for SummerSlam since everybody that I like has been fired.
Yeah. Sell your tickets and buy a PC?
No, not at all. I'm going. I'm probably going to just eat all the food and buy all the merch and just not worry about the show. That was the plan
originally. You go fuck off.
I'm not going to watch the matches. I'm just going to go back into the merch booth and hang out there. Talk to the merch guys. See how their night's going.
Listen, do you guys have any of the Fiend's merch? I know he's not a thing anymore, but...
man.
Yeah, do you have any like Fiend pops? I think you do.
I have a Fiend action figure.
Those might be worth something.
I bet those are gonna get worth something in a while, just because like, he's
worth
not
something
a thing
now.
Anymore.
They were already getting pretty expensive just because of how popular he is.
Well, yeah, but like now that he's gonna be like not around anymore. It's probably gonna be even more, right?
I hope the whole thing's a lie and he pops up at SummerSlam.
I mean, it's
How
possible.
cool would that be?
And he comes out and he comes right to my seat and shakes my hand and says, Cody, sorry we tricked you.
I didn't
He comes
mean
up
it.
there with like a hot dog and a shirt.
This is for you because you were sad. We watch your show. Yeah, that'd be cool. I hope the whole thing's a trick, but it's definitely not a trick.
No Way Out?
You
That's
don't
a pay-per-view.
you don't think that they would do something like that as a publicity stunt?
No. Because it's getting them nothing but bad press.
But they've done a lot of things like that before.
All press is good press.
I mean, that's not true at all.
Shit, yeah, Blizzard knows that right now.
What happened with Blizzard?
Okay. So
Do we have time for this? We're like right at the end of the thing here.
we'll try to be quick.
Okay.
I'll just cut out some time of me talking about other things, I guess. No, but
Cuts out the whole wrestling conversation.
Right.
yeah. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so Blizzard came under fire because they have been sued. And it was for a sexual harassment lawsuit. Guess who sued them?
They sued the whole company?
Yeah, guess who sued them?
Who?
The state of California.
For sexual harassment.
It's been so bad.
Wait, did the
That
company
they're-
like grab California's ass? What happened?
No, the sexual
confused.
harassment with them has been so bad that that they did a 2-year-long internal investigation. The state did,
God damn.
and came forward and said, "All right, this is undeniable. We are very angry with you."
We are not happy.
We are not happy.
Well, and they have the
Wow.
right to be not happy. Like, okay, so some of the events that have gone on include one lady who literally committed suicide because she found out on a on a business trip that they were supposed to take that her CEO was planning on raping her. And they actually found that this guy actually did have really nasty shit planned and ready. Like he had butt plugs and really gross things. And yes, that one actually did happen.
Are you okay? His face.
Then they found out that they would go on
that
what
scared the shit out of me.
what they called what was it? Cubicle crawls, like the guys would, to go around, and they would get drunk at work and essentially just harass all the girl employees.
What the shit?
Girls were specifically passed up for promotions when they were good for jobs because they were worried about them getting pregnant and different things like that. And then on top of that, there was more. I can't. It was all really
How does that happen
terrible
in a
horrible
company like
things.
that?
Because it was encouraged. The dudes were encouraged. They could play video games and stuff like that at work. And if girls were caught doing that, then they would get in trouble. It was total frat boy.
I just don't understand how that. How do they
Is
get away with
allowed?
that
How
for
that works?
long? Yeah.
I have no idea. And
That is
apparently it
fucking
wasn't
crazy.
the entire company. It was large portions of the company. Don't get me wrong. But the story team, I guess, and didn't have these kind of problems going on. But the people who developed the Blizzard app, the Battle.net launcher, were really involved in this and had a whole bunch of nasty shit going on. And so, yeah, a lot of people have been not doing so well with all this information and news about Blizzard. And
So
I think
fuck
their
those guys.
response was fucking terrible. The initial response was they denied the whole thing. Their initial response was,
Wouldn't you?
If the state of California has been doing a 2-year investigation and they're like, all right, we already know, kind of be like, yeah, you got me. Yeah, you got me.
No, they never admit to it.
Yeah. You
and
always
I
denial
guess
allegations.
I guess Activision, because it's Activision Blizzard that's under fire. It's both of them. It was planning on fighting the
Nobody gives
lawsuit
a
initially.
shit about Activision. Those fucking
I
people.
hate Activision. Activision's a big stupid dumb. They ruin everything they touch.
Why do you care about Activision?
I don't, but that was rude.
No.
I don't even know what Activision does.
They're the reason why Destiny 2 sucks so much.
Yeah, they killed Destiny 2.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't even know what games they've made.
They make, if it has microtransactions and got really good and then
Every
got ruined.
Every game has microtransactions.
Yeah, but
where,
some of them are tasteful.
They make it, some of them are tasteful and some of them,
I think you're a baby.
No, there are things in Activision games where, like, your game kind of is not good. It's almost unplayable without you paying more money, right? Like, if it's, if we're talking about, like, Fortnite or something, all that's cute and it doesn't matter, you know? If you want to spend stupid money on stuff,
never ever play the game and still get cute stuff, and it doesn't require it at any stretch of the imagination.
Right. But in Activision games, it's like, oh yeah, no, you can't get actually any better with this game. You will be hindered by not spending extra money.
Do you want this really good gun? Well, you have to pre-order the game, and you can only get it through pre-ordering the game. And if you don't, then you'll be behind in PvP, and everyone will laugh at you.
That's one thing, but like, it's the things when they do like these planned releases, and like you have to buy this stuff in order for you to progress at the game.
I mean, that's annoying, yes, but you could always just play a different game.
That's true.
That's the way that it'll change it.
Yeah.
Just don't play their game.
Well,
but
that's
they
that's the thing is, I don't know how they do this.
They do that in Madden too. People can just buy players.
Well, and I don't know how they do this, but they will have you'll have a really good game that's on its own, right? And then Activision somehow gets ownership of it, like Blizzard. Activision didn't own Blizzard.
Money.
They just somehow were like, let's partner, guys. And Blizzard's like,
somehow. Okay. Like he doesn't understand how money works.
I don't know how money do.
How do money?
How do money?
Can you teach me to money?
How does one money? I have 3 monies. It's like, that's how Disney bought Fox. With money.
Disney bought everything.
Yeah.
With all their money that they have.
I still love that. There was, I don't remember whether it was The Simpsons or whether it was Futurama, but like back years and years and years ago, they were like, oh yeah, Fox now currently owned by Disney. And it was way before that. And it was like, that's hilarious, Anyway, I just found out from an article that there is now a great tube shortage for tube amps, and I'm now suddenly very afraid and want to order a lot of tubes.
Oh boy.
But I don't want to be that guy because everyone's that person for everything. Like, oh no, we don't have toilet paper. Let's go buy a bunch of toilet paper,
You think this is going to last forever?
No.
There'll be tubes again. Mm-hmm. You'll be okay.
Here's the thing about tubes though. Okay, and I know we're totally out of time.
We are way over time.
But luckily nobody gives
Bernie
a shit anyway.
Care.
Bernie doesn't care about tubes or care that we're over time?
Neither. Both.
Well, there you go.
Unfair.
Well, be quick. Talk about tubes.
Tubes are really hard to get a hold of anyway because they don't make vacuum tubes in America anywhere.
Do they tie
them? Only make them. What?
Do they tie them?
Tubes.
Yeah.
Did they tie the tubes?
I get the joke. It's fucking stupid.
I don't know if you did.
I like that Cody liked so much.
We've talked about
I appreciated the
feminine
joke.
things a lot today, like starting with the Kegel exercises, and then obvious sexism.
That wasn't on the podcast.
Oh, hey, we have interesting conversations before the podcast too. Probably more interesting than the actual podcast.
Yeah, we found out that the world record for holding something with your vagina is like 50 pounds.
Okay, go.
Anyway,
go.
So they only make them in Russia, basically, in China, and both of the main factories where they make those tubes are
communist.
They got
Yes, but actually, no.
Yes.
Okay.
But they're also moving to the main factories.
Oh.
I don't know why they both happen to be moving right now, but also the silicone diode thing is being a problem as well, and making it production costs much higher. And then the god of all tubes, Winged Seas, their factory straight shut down.
Oh.
And like those were like the most revered tubes in all of tube making.
Jesus Christ.
I'm excited about tubes, okay? I love
see
tone.
that.
I love tone. Anyway, so I'm sad, and I'm hoping that people don't start freaking out, because luckily I did just order tubes for my amps not that long ago, so I got fresh tubes in there, except for that motherfucker, which has old-ass tubes in it, and I really wanted to replace them. Now I think I really should before just that. I'm not going to buy a bunch of fucking tubes to do everything.
Buy a
I just
whole
wanna do
bunch.
That one.
Buy a whole bunch so
No,
that when
I'm
I
not
don't
gonna be
buy
that
them,
guy.
I can buy them from you.
What are you going to do with tubes? You
Put
have
them
one
in
tube.
my mic.
You have one tube.
and
It's
put
right
them
there.
No, there's another one under my desk.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Two, as a matter of fact. Oh, no, just one.
Just one.
Yeah. All right. Well, nobody cares. I don't care.
I actually want to buy a
Like,
new mic. I want to get a Shure.
Okay, that's
I mean,
great.
sure.
You should.
Marty likes
that's wonderful.
Shures.
Yeah, of course. Hopefully you enjoyed something.
I don't know.
If it's not
Bernie,
this, I hope,
support
if you were listening to this in the
Sure.
background, maybe you were beating off. I don't care.
Bernie's
Just,
sure
I hope you
about
enjoyed
Shure.
that.
Are you
I like
sure?
to think people beat off to our show.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
definitely.
I bet somebody's had
maybe,
it on the
maybe
background
we're a
while
tad
fapping.
playing in the
Bernie's told me that
background
he
while
likes
their
to fap
main
with the-
Right.
squeeze is going on.
Oh, we're
you know?
definitely not the main focus.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely.
No.
Bernie
unless
can-
someone just really
Bernie would
enjoys the
fap to our
sound of warm
podcast, so
voices.
should you.
It's
Everybody
possible.
fap
Maybe.
to
It
our
is possible.
podcast.
But hopefully you enjoyed that.
We call
Make sure
this
to like this
Arresting the
video if you
Fap
actually
Nation.
like this video. I don't know why you would like this
I'm gonna
video, but
keep
you
waving
could.
until
You
you're done.
absolutely could.
I'm just
can't-
gonna
And then
keep
subscribe
waving.
to this
You
channel if
can't
you get a chance,
fap
because we
unless
really
you like
appreciate
the
it. It
video.
actually makes a difference. I know everyone
fap
says that
while
on every
liking the
YouTube
video,
video
you get the
ever,
gold
but I
star.
really appreciate that.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye. This is awful. Bye.